Hey guys, I've been selling on eBay now for several years and figured I would show an instructional video here to try and help people out with starting selling, as well as help anybody that's been selling for a while. Maybe give them an extra couple of tips and things to help them out. I'm going to do several videos on various topics. The first one here being the basics, and these aren't just broad basics. I'm going to have everything from shipping down to eBay rules and record keeping. So I'm going to have more of a broad video here to hopefully help you out. Alright, so the first one here, know the eBay selling rules. I'm going to have a video separate just for the rules here, but eBay has a lot of rules for the sellers. Some of them make sense, some don't really make sense, but it's important to know, not necessarily all of them, but know the important ones for what you sell, because you will most likely be faced with a scenario where a buyer asks you a question about it. Or I also buy on eBay, so I see all the time where sellers are doing things that are completely against eBay rules, where they could get kicked out of eBay if they keep selling like that. Alright, so the second one is to know the fees to expect to pay from eBay and PayPal. When I first started selling, I didn't realize that PayPal actually took out a percentage. I want to say it's like 1.4% of what you earn, and that includes the shipping fee that you charge, and they just automatically deduct that. eBay charges a fee for your shipping. I think it's usually 52 cents for me per item I sell. That's only if you charge for shipping. If you do free shipping, there's no fee. And then they also do a percentage of what you sell. And those come out every month. You'll see you have a eBay fee that you have to pay every month. There's several other eBay fees that you might have to pay if you decide to go up to the eBay store level. Then you'll have to pay for that per month. I believe mine's the basic, so I just pay like $19.99 a month. They give me marketing tools, they give me promotional items, they help me with flyers. I can see a breakdown of how many views I have on which item a lot easier. I can also see where they're coming from, so I can see if I have search engines helping me out there. So it's fairly useful. As you go up, they give you more discounts on postings, things like that. So I think that is probably the biggest draw. So if you're going to be using mass quantities, posting mass quantities, then that would be very important. You can save a lot of money from it that way. But it's something, I mean, you can at least try it out for a couple months. If you're not interested, you can just easily just opt out and go back to the regular selling. Another important area is know your shipping options. When I first started out, I just used Priority Mail flat rate from United States Postal Service. It's great, it does international, they ship fast, I can just drop it in a drop box. The only thing is it's expensive. I've now started using first class mail for the items that I can use for first class. It's much cheaper. You also want to have a plan though for your shipping, where if they decide to buy 2 items, what you're going to use for a discount, things like that. And then you also want to know, well, what am I going to ship it in? And so you need to have items prepared, not just to ship what you have posted, but to ship combined orders. So here I have some examples. This is my normal envelope. It's just a plastic envelope you buy online. I think I bought 100 of these for $10, something like that. They're not very expensive. They're very good. They have a very strong sticker on the top here, so it sticks real well. And then I just put the shipping label on it there. It's waterproof, so it's probably one of the best ones that you can get for. I use clothing a lot, so this is one of the best for clothing. And I ship that first class mail. I think the top price that you pay for first class, if it's 13 ounces, I think it's $3.74, and it goes down based on the weight. So just get a little. I use a little produce scale, and it'll just tell you what you need to know there. So this is what I use the most. It's a Priority Mail, I think letter size as they call it. It's fairly good. It's $5.75 for anything that can fit in here. There's no weight requirement or anything, but again, I just ship clothes, so weight isn't too much of an issue for me usually. Again, it has a fairly strong sticker here. It's waterproof. I can drop it in a drop box. I can do that with the first class as well. Anything that you print online, you can put in a drop box if it fits. but I mean it's fairly good. It's just expensive. From my experience, first class and priority mail both arrive about the same time. It's usually 3 or 4 days. You can ship both of them internationally. Again, this envelope for international is, I want to say, $23.75, something, $23.50, something like that. And then this guy here is, again, based on the weight, it's usually about, I want to say $10 or so, depending on the country and the weight that you're shipping it to. And then for larger items, I have a medium flat rate box. It's fairly good size. I can ship probably 4 different clothing articles in here together at the same time. It has the adhesives on it as well. It's fairly good. Again, it doesn't matter the weight. And then this ships for, I want to say, $11 US, and I have never shipped one of these international, but I would assume it would be about $30 or around there. Another important topic for eBay selling is for your record keeping. Personally, I use Excel, and I have everything in there from the size of the articles that I'm posting, a little description for me so I can go back in and put the price that it sold at, the price that I shipped it at, how much eBay charged me for the fees. So I can pretty much see a breakdown of everything. I can see the return on investment for it. I have it so it's giving me my average profit per item, based on the size as well as the brand, so I know what to get to sell. Then I can see running total of how much I have in fees, how much I have in profit. I can see an average return on investment. So it gives me a lot as a seller to be able to, I guess, tweak my performance and make sure that everything is tailored towards what's making me the most profit. I'll give you a slight demonstration here of my Excel sheet. Input for the brand, the size that I have, the format that it's sold at, a little description just for me for the item, my initial investment, pretty much just how much I bought it for. The shipping type, I don't really use that too much anymore, but back when I was just using flat rate items, I would just be able to put in a number there and it would automatically put in the price. But now that I'm using more of the first class, just having to manually put that in, but that's not too big of a deal. I have my posting fees, that's the shipping fee as well as the eBay fee. That's the what eBay charges both for the posting, the selling fees, and the shipping, additional like 52 or 53 cent shipping fees. The selling price, and that includes shipping. My net profit, so that's everything deducted that I had to pay, as well as what I had to take out, or PayPal took out automatically. My return on investment, any additional comments that I have, and then here's where it gets real juicy. I got the total profit sold for the year, my average profit sold, so that's not counting the items that are still in my inventory that haven't sold, my average return on investment, my total invested, so that's all of the money that I've put in it, and that includes tape boxes as well as the actual inventory itself. Total in sales, total fees that I've paid this year, and my net income. And the net income includes everything that I have in my inventory and sold, and then my total ROI, which again is everything. I have my selling info, which is the average selling price for me, which is $14.67 with just clothes, and my average posting fee, which is $1.60. Here I give an average profit by the brand. These are just the ones that I sell. I typically sell the most of. Average profit by selling format. My buy it now is almost double what I make from auction items. Tried to shift towards buy it now, but those don't sell as much. Those don't sell as often. They do sell for more though. So it's kind of a give and take there. Miscellaneous expenses, ink, tape, paper, the store fees that I have to pay, anything else, I just put it in there. And my average profit by size. I just sell men's, so of course large and medium usually sell the best. And then the larger dress shirt sizes sell very well as well. Alright, so that's just a little breakdown there of my record keeping here on Excel. Another item back on the computer here is I use an HTML builder. It's completely free. I put in the pictures, description, shipping info, return, all of that I put in there, and it makes my postings look extremely professional. And it's something I didn't really know about to begin with, so I'll have a link of the HTML builder that I use. It's completely free again. It does add a little bit of time to when you're posting it, but again, it looks extremely professional, and when you're a buyer, you're going to look for the things that have the very professional looking postings, good pictures, things like that. The basics of what most people tell you to look for. Alright, so this here is the HTML code builder that I have. I'll have the link to it in the description below. It's completely free. I can put in title, put in pictures. Your pictures have to be hosted by an outside company. I use PhotoBucket. Again, it's also free, just adds to the time that it takes for posting. You just put in the URL down below and then down here. You can just drag these to resize them. I usually have them at 600 by whatever pixels. It's usually a good screen size there. Here you just put in a little description about what your item is. Tell a little bit about the shipping, payment, and miscellaneous. I usually put in the return information down there somewhere as well. And then after you do that, you just click make code. It gives you some HTML code here. Just copy that, and then when you're making the item in the eBay store, there'll be an area where you can usually just type in a description. You can just hit HTML and paste that in there, and it'll automatically give you a little preview there if you would like. And then here's an example of one of the items I currently have selling. This is just a Brooks Brothers plaid shirt. So this here is what your item would look like with this HTML builder. I think it looks extremely professional, a lot better than what it would typically do without the HTML builder. You'd have more pictures in here, bigger pictures, and it looks better for the buyer. I usually put in sizes of the measurements of the clothes. You can also just kind of highlight some of the features of the shirt. I usually tell how much the shirt is going for in the stores. And then I also have, this is free from eBay. You can have them put in where you've shipped to on the bottom. And one of the probably most important things that you need to know before you start selling, and you need to have all this planned out ahead of time, is you need to know what you're going to be selling, your target audience, who you're going to be selling it to, as well as where you're going to be getting your items to sell. To begin with, I just sold like clothes that I had, old clothes around the house, and I would sell it. It was mostly kids clothing, so I would sell it to kids or young adults. And now I've began to go more towards suits, dress shirts, sweaters, things for older professionals. I usually buy my items at Goodwill in the area. There's actually several, so I just jump around to the different Goodwills. I can usually get a dress shirt for $3.62. That's with tax, everything. And then I've learned the various items of what sells good, the brands that sell good. You saw a breakdown of that as well on the Excel sheet. Another thing that wasn't on the Excel sheet, French cuff shirts. I don't know what it is. They sell extremely well. I think it's because they're kind of rare. But if you see those are definitely a good sell. And another thing that I've started going towards is selling phones, old like iPhones, things like that. I buy ones from my friends or people I know, or even you can get them on Craigslist. Find them with like a cracked screen or a cracked back. You can replace that for less than $20 usually if you do it yourself. If you go to a store, it'll be like a couple hundred. But you can do it yourself, get the parts and everything online, and you can turn it around and sell it for a couple hundred. They sell very well online. You just need to make sure that you get it legally, of course. You need to make sure it's completely unlocked, all of that, and been wiped for the person. Just so that nobody steals any information. But whatever you do end up deciding to sell, you need to make sure that it's something you're knowledgeable about, something, even if you're not knowledgeable about it, that you're willing to learn. Make sure you go on to eBay and you can look up the previous sales, recent sales, and see what they're going for, so you know what to put your price at, what price you need to get it at in order to make money, what price you need, what brands you need to target, things of that nature. Just know your audience. I do like dress shirts and things, but I also do more of the preppy brands. Southern Tide sells amazing. I sold a shirt online for close to $40 and it was used. You're not going to get that with other brands, but again, you need to know what brands to get. I paid $3.62 at Goodwill for the Southern Tide shirt that I sold for $40. Alright, thanks so much for viewing my first video here. Again, this was just the basics of how to sell professionally on eBay. I'm going to have a couple more videos, so be sure to check those out. If you have any questions, just drop a comment down below and I'll try to get back to you. If you have any requests for any future videos, drop a comment again as well. I'll be sure to check those out and have the next videos up soon for you. Also, be sure to subscribe so you can see the next videos coming up. Alright, thanks guys.